Hi, I'm Charlie Laurent. I'm the fourth grade teacher here at Rocky Hill School. This past summer, we were fortunate enough to get to work with an incredible group of students, both lower school, middle school, and upper school. Together, we watched them create a vision for the future of Rocky Hill School, which was absolutely amazing.
And I'm Katie McDonald. I'm the fifth grade teacher at Rocky Hill School. And what we did was we gave them a simulation for a student who started in kindergarten here at Rocky Hill in 2018 and then graduated as a senior at Rocky Hill in 2030. We asked them to explain their most thick learning experiences that would happen to that student Rocky throughout their time at Rocky Hill. And what happened was what you will see next.
So hi, I'm Esme, and this is Rocky's adventure in lower school. So she, in second grade, she creates a tough dog toy business in Rhode Island, and she represents it by marketing, budgeting, and branding, and then she presents it to her class and some investors. And then she develops it into a real business. And then after that, she presents to Shark Tank and gets a deal. So in third grade, she researches charities. So she wanted to help out at a local animal shelter. So she spends time at the charity, and then she works on developing her business using her tough dog toys. And then she works with a designer from Hasbro, and she creates better dog toys, and then she donates the profit to a World Wildlife Foundation and local animal shelters. So in fourth grade, she studies weather and science, and they're on the topic of radiosomes. So she gets in a group and she works on designing a better balloon. She builds the balloons, presents to meteorologists for feedback, and modifies her design with her group. Then they have a public launch for the town and school, and she makes a guest appearance on the local news and the Weather Channel. So in fifth grade, she selects white hat hacking as a topic, and she researches it and studies it, and she reaches out to experts, and she works on writing an article as a presentation. She published her article in Wired magazine, and she looks for ways to use white hat hacking to benefit a chosen nonprofit.
I'm Lily Qureshi. I'm in 8th grade at Rocky Hill. As Rocky starts her journey in the middle school, in 6th grade she will work through several small presentations using different types of apps, which will give her a sense of what she likes to use and what she doesn't. As she moves into 7th grade, she will work with trying to communicate to different people through email or Skype, and also get the chance to present to different groups of people so that it's not just the same people every time. She gets comfortable with others.
My name is Maxim, and I'm also in 8th grade in Rocky Hill. After getting used to different presentation apps and presenting to different people, Rocky is ready to take on her final subject. In 8th grade already, we have expositions, which, as you know, are year-long projects that we work on and present to the entire middle school at the end of the year. Our creation is like that, where you create an event or a presentation or anything like that, where you meet influential people, research, communicate, and make connections with them about a topic that you want to do. In 8th grade currently, we cycle through a selection of topics, and if you land on a cycle that you don't want, then you're stuck, and you have to work with what you find. But in ours, you can research and communicate whatever you like. And you can have your choice of presentation, whether it be a digital presentation, you could write a story, you can make an audio presentation or an oral presentation, and it promotes a sort of way of creativity and communication with others, where you're comfortable at that point and you're ready to do anything you want and you can present any way you need to. And having free periods like study halls for independent studies, this will help you work on your papers or your works cited or your research or resource or whatever you need to do. When Rocky is in 8th grade, she is in love with tennis and she decides to do a presentation on the US Open. And she decides to go with an interactive tennis experience. So she Skypes emails with tennis stars and whoever is available for email. And she flies or drives to New York and she takes a video of her time in New York at the US Open, where she presents a digital tour. And then back at the school, she hosts a tennis clinic at Rocky Hill to show what she learned involving the other students.
Hi, I'm Elsa Block, and I'm a sophomore here at Rocky Hill School. In our ideal upper school, Rocky and her classmates have the opportunities to utilize our beautiful campus more often, during and outside of classes. Rocky would learn about modern-day energy resources as well as renewable energy and use our beautiful resources such as the waterfront to generate energy for a small school project. Creativity is crucial in the advancement of a school community such as ours. A studio space in the Learn to Launch Pony Barn would provide computer, smartboard, and conversation opportunities to help create ideas for use inside and outside of our classrooms. Within a class as small as 30 kids, more than 6 different and valid ways of learning exist. In our ideal upper school, Rocky is delivering material in multiple different ways in order to accommodate to as many of her classmates as possible. Her teachers provide resources for students to receive information in a way that makes sense to them, allowing them to understand each and every topic to the best of their ability.
Hi, I'm Willa, and I'm a sophomore here at Rocky Hill School.
Hi, I'm Faith, and I'm a junior here.
So as Rocky moves to the upper school, she takes a class on life economics, and some of the things that this class has in it is handling money, such as budgeting, how credit cards work, how student loans work. Then we have time management, which is a really good thing to have for school and also further on in your career to be happy and healthy. And cooking, fixing, sewing, and cleaning are all things that you need to have good time management and good budgeting and just basic skills in adult life.
So next, we also started talking about how we would envision the schedule to be in the future for Rocky. And we decided that between 8:20 and 12:20, all of our core classes would be finished. So our math, science, English, and history would all be done. And then the afternoon would be a time to reflect and to be time designated for your interests and project-based learning and just to explore what you might want to do later in life.
This gives you a lot more freedom to be able to either pursue something that you already know that you're passionate about, or if you're not very sure what you're passionate about yet, to have a wide range of things to be able to explore.
So we also talked about adapting our core credits and the credits that we need in order to graduate to math up through Algebra 2, 2 sciences, 1 including biology, 2 histories, 1 is world history, 1 and 2 hopefully combined, and US history. And English, you need at least 2 years of English, 1 of which has to be designated for grammar.
And then we have traveling abroad, which could be for teachers and also for students.
So traveling abroad can be traveling with your class to a country for a week and having that opportunity, especially if it's like a language class or some class of that nature. You can go to that country or a country that speaks that language. I think it would also be, or we decided for Rocky that it would also be good to have an option to study abroad at a sister school. Right now we currently have one in China that 2 of our teachers went to go visit last year, and if the teachers would be willing to bring students there as well, then we could also do that. And just making more international connections with other schools so then we could have those opportunities to go and study abroad at those specific schools.
So that's Rocky's trip through the upper school.
Woo!
Hi,
Hi, I'm Isabella and I'm a sophomore at Rocky Hill, and I'll be talking about Rocky's experience in the arts. First, Rocky would have the ability to take music theory classes, learn more about music notes, both in like singing and instruments, and get a deeper understanding of music history and the way music works. She would also get the opportunity to create her own music, which ties in with technology. She could create it on different music creating programs, which she could use with LearnLaunch. She could also just create music from the ability to access different instruments. She could also have the possibility to create her own album or something like that using technology. She could also meet with people that are professionals in the arts industry and create her own album based off that, work on possibly learning how to produce things. She could also have a deeper theater experience here. She could take a theater elective, learning more about theater and its history, also character study along with different techniques of theater. And she would get a lot out of the arts programs here at Rocky Hill.
Hi, my name is Esteban Wu, and I'm a junior at Rocky Hill School. Now, on Rocky's journey, she will encounter a much wider scope in terms of her technological education. This would include a basic intro course in coding language such as Python and Java due to the prevalence of the skills needed in innovators and leaders of tomorrow. Now, after taking this basic course, she could then take possible electives in app development, game development, or web development in these following coding languages. These app development, game development, and web development courses could incorporate larger project-based learning and collaborate across many different disciplines. For example, game development could collaborate with graphic design, music theory, music production, thus increasing the diversity of our multidisciplinary courses. Now, Rocky would also be able to collaborate with LearnLaunch to create new educational tools and products for our school. So let's say Rocky creates an app, and her app is then used through the future generations of Rocky Hill School, and that's essentially her legacy that we can build off of in the future.
So the very impressive students that you just heard from voiced those very same ideas to our Vision Development Committee this past summer. What was most striking was the fact that many of their ideas reflected the very ideas that we had talked about as a group of educators.
And we hope that by watching this activity that we did with the students, you'll feel as inspired as we did.